Welcome back. Okay, as I promised, I've got some create and play activities that you can do. As always, make this your own. Pick and choose which activities sound like the most fun and do those. You don't have to do them all. We're just really trying to use the time we have together to keep growing and learning about compassion. And so, in our gathering today, we talked about different ways that people can be brave. And in our story today, we heard about some brave people who helped a friend in need. And so I want you to begin thinking about how you might be brave and compassionate in your community. So make up a story about your brave compassion, and you can write your story down, or write a play to perform, or draw your story like a comic strip. And so there's some different ideas. Maybe you stand up for a friend who's being bullied. Maybe you step back so someone smaller than you can have a turn. Maybe you go without something you want so someone else can get something that they need. Imagine a story where your compassion makes you brave, like the people in the Bible story. And so remember, stories usually have a beginning, middle, and end, or they're supposed to. So something difficult will happen and people have to find a way to overcome that difficulty. And that's the way you make up a story. And you can use... feel free to use the storyboard that's included in your packet to map out. Compassion helps me to be brave. Any of our younger children, if you want to create a kindness hug, there are instructions for doing that in the packet. If you choose to do that route, we heard a story about Jesus and some brave people who helped their friend. And maybe you have felt brave like that. The people in the story. Maybe you stood up for a friend being teased or try something new. Learning to ride a bike can be pretty scary and took some bravery, right? Being brave is choosing to do what is right, even if it may be uncomfortable or scary. So spreading kindness and showing compassion calls us to be brave. So think about someone you know who might need a spark of happiness in their lives because they're going through a hard time. A lot of people are going through a hard time right now with the COVID-19 pandemic. They're feeling kind of isolated or alone. So snail mail a hug to a neighbor, distant relative, or friend from school. And the instructions are there, but you're going to trace your hug on paper and then you're going to send it through the mail. And I'm sure they will appreciate getting it. And then to close this video, I encourage you to check out the movement section, which can be found on page 60. And remember, breathing is the heart of yoga. So as you breathe in, and then breathe out, it's a physical way to receive and release. So in, you receive, release, out. As we reflect on the ways compassion makes us release, accept, and welcome, we will focus on breath with the basic yoga poses. As I said last week, work through them at your own pace. And really take this opportunity to try to invite God's Spirit inside you. Okay. I will have one more video to close it out as we have the compassion in action and then our closing. So go ahead and check out once you had a chance to either create your story or your kindness, your hug to send in the mail, check out the next video.